Huge. Give Blake credit for hustling. You know, that's what he does. And that was actually the exact same return or exact same thing that we had on when they faked the punt. We just brought two more guys back in there closer to guard against the fake. But it was a great job by Blake hustling. You know, he did what he was supposed to do. And we got to communicate that better in that situation. Ace needs to – Stephon was blocking his butt off. And Ace just has to communicate to Stephon, look, I'm fair catching it, get the heck away. And, you know, new guy back there, you know, we didn't get that communicated. It's good. You know, thank God it didn't hurt us more. We'll learn from it and teach off of it and you know, not let that happen again. I know that happened to us about 3 years ago up at Vanderbilt.
It did,
Same situation. And you know, we got to do a better job of communicating back there.
What went into the decision of putting Ace back there?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
What went into the decision?
You know, really, Ace just kind of brings a little something to the table, and I think Coach Burry just wanted to give him an opportunity to show what he could do. You know, Stephon's done a heck of a job back there. I mean, he really has. He had couple long returns or longer returns against Georgia, a long one against Alabama. We were averaging, I think, 10 yards a return, you know, going into the Kentucky game. And then in the Kentucky game, we didn't look so hot, you know, and that wasn't all Stephon. He dropped one back there, which we can't have. But, you know, a couple of them, it looks like, excuse my language, looks like crap, you know, when you watch it on TV. But we're a block away on the one where he got tackled inside the 5-yard line, where if a guy is where he's supposed to be, we're a block away from getting ready to pop that thing, I think, for a real long return. So it's not all Stephon, and by no means was it an indication of Stephon making that change. I think it was just a chance, you know, let's try something different and give Ace a chance to show what he can do. And we got to get him some opportunities to you know, to return some punts. We've done some good things on punt returns over the years, over the last year and this year. We just you know, we're not quite we've been close, but you know, close isn't cutting it. And right now our average is not very good, and we you know, we got to make sure that we get positive yardage, you know, out of that thing. We can't lose yardage, and we got to make sure we go forward when we get opportunities to return punts.
Coach Burry said some really kind of things about Marty Marquette after the end of the day. What's Marty brought to the special
Speed.
Team? Speed.
You know, the thing with Marty is, I think he only made one tackle the other day, but you look at us at Kentucky, Randall Cobb fumbled a punt because Marty blew downfield and was right in his face. The other night, Tennessee's punt returner fumbled a punt, and Devontae recovered because their punt returner, Marty, was right in his face. Kickoff coverage, we put him in the kickoff for about 3 or 4 reps the other night, and he's the first one downfield. You know, he made one tackle on kickoff, but at the same time, he runs down there one time, and one guy was supposed to block him, but nobody could touch him, and they ended up having 4 guys try to block him. And when you got 4 guys blocking one guy, that means somebody's unblocked at the point of attack. And Stephon made a tackle for about a 15-yard return because Marty gets down there and just, you know, disrupts things. And you know, he did a heck of a job, and you know, we knew he could run. I didn't know he could tackle, and he did a good job the other night of running downfield and making tackles.
Looks like Chris is going to be out for the year now. How does losing Chris Culver impact our special teams?
You know, he wasn't doing a whole lot for us. He had been on our punt return team a little bit. He had covered a couple punts for us out there as like a gunner. But you know, anytime you lose a guy like Chris, everybody, you hate to lose a guy like that, and you know, other people have to step up, and we're confident that they will.
So on kickoffs now, pretty much going to be Bryce, Ace, and DJ.
Kickoff return will be Bryce and DJ.
Bryce and DJ.
Kickoff return.
Okay.
Yep. Bryce and DJ, and then punt return will be Stephon and Ace.
How does Ace done? Maybe I'll say about that. How's Ace done? Because obviously, I know he made one over-the-shoulder catch. On the road, which was a tough play.
He did well at Vanderbilt. You know, the one that the kid bombed it. He had been shanking him in the first half, and all right, Akeem, have a good one, bud. You know, he'd been shanking them, so we moved Ace up, and then the first half, you know, at halftime, he goes in there and turns into Ray Guy at halftime and bombed the next one to start the second half, so we didn't see that coming. He did a heck of a job fielding it, but in that position, you want to catch those things going forward. You don't want to catch it running backwards. And, you know, so from that standpoint, he caught it and ran backwards for 10 yards and then came forward for 15 for a gain of 5 or whatever it was, I think. So, you know, we got to catch that thing going forward. The other day, you know, for us, disappointed that, you know, we had some things happen, because I think we could have made some things happen in the return game on Saturday against Tennessee. You know, he caught one, made a guy miss, got 5 yards out of it or whatever. But, you know, we had it blocked pretty good for the most part on Saturday. Unfortunately, they faked one, and then they kicked one in the end zone. And then, you know, we were all sides on another, I guess, on the punt. So we got to get him some opportunities because he's a guy, he's flashy and can make things happen with the ball in his hands. And we need to, you know, we need to continue to find opportunities to give him a chance to do something in the return game.
2 weeks ago, Coach Spurrier said he was going to spend time working with the secondary. Last week, he was working with the punt return team. What sort of role has Coach Spurrier had in all this?
No, he's the head coach, and he's got his hand in everything, which he should. You know, I mean, it's his team, and I know today, I mean, he sits in on. He's always been involved in special teams. You know, he sits in on every special teams meeting that we have with the team. He's never missed a special teams meeting. You know, in years past, maybe he has gone in there with the quarterbacks or something like that. Not not now. Whether it was me, whether Ray was here, whoever it might be, he's in on every special teams meeting. I know last week, you know, he got a little bit more involved on the field when we were doing punt return, as far as coming over here and watching and working with the guys. But he's done that before too, so it really wasn't anything out of the ordinary. And I know today he was involved with the defense this morning. He was involved with special teams this morning. So, you know, he's the head coach and he should be, and that's what he's done today.
Did he tell you anything in particular that started this week that you wanted to see guys focus on or do a little better?
As a team or on special teams? Don't let fakes get run against you. Don't let the ball bounce off guys when you're covering. And then ultimately, you know, we gotta coach better. You know, the kids have to, or the players have to know to communicate in that situation. Ace has got to let Stephon know. That's coaching. You know, that's on me. We got to know that, you know, when they fake a punt, that our edge guy that's rushing needs to keep that ball inside of him and not let it not get pinned inside. You know, that's on me. So we've got to coach better. You know, ultimately, and that starts with me. You know, the effort's been great, and the kids are playing hard. We just, you know, nobody's more frustrated than I am about the, you know, lack of big plays in the return game this year. I mean, we've covered kicks better, knock on wood. We've punted the ball well, knock on wood. You know, now we got to, you know, last year we're tied for the SEC lead, I think, in block kicks, and this year we partially blocked a field goal the other day, and that's you know, that's all. So we've got to, you know, coming down the stretch, these last 4 games, we you know, for us to have the success we want to have, we need to make some plays in the return game, and the guys are working hard, and you know, proud of their effort, because every week they come out here and they work hard and they're trying to make plays, and you know, we just keep telling them keep working, and good things will happen.
Coach Antonio Allen seemed pretty active Saturday.
Yeah.
What has he kind of brought to the table at Spurs?
You know, he's a guy that's playing with a lot more confidence. He's got speed. You know, he's active. You know, he's a tough guy. Marty, he's a tough guy, active, and has really played well for us. Not just on defense, but on special teams as well. He's made a lot of plays.
Is he kind of the perfect fit for that Spur position?
Yeah, he is. He's physical enough to go in there and, you know, play in the box and come in, you know, blitz on pressures and get after quarterbacks. He's athletic enough to go out there and cover wide receivers. So he's really done a good job. You know, we got to clean up some of the little things, but he's got a lot on his plate. He's our dime, so he's got you know, the dime position and the Spur position are like 2 totally different things. They're on different sides of the field, and you know, with some of the pressure packages that we use on third down, he's got a lot on his plate as far as what he has to do, and he's done a really good job of doing that and getting a little better every week. And you know, I'd have him on every special team, you know, if I could. Right now he's on 2 of them, sometimes 3. And, you know, he's great on that. I mean, every week when we go over who played well on special teams, every single week, you know, you can count on Antonio being one of those names.
Sounds like recruiting-wise, how recruits now responding now to all these guys 6-2, winning a lot of games.
It's great. It really is.
I know based on what happened today, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, every week, it's week to week in recruiting and are in this business, so it's, you know, everything is going well right now, and you know, next week could be completely different. But you know, the response has been good. We're filling up. You know, we're solid, really good with where our class is. There's a lot of really good players that are still out there, and you know, we're at a point right now where we can, you know, be selective. You know, and you know, at the end of the day, you know, I think there's going to be a lot of guys that, you know, maybe want to come to Carolina that we don't have spots for, and that's a good problem to have.
Right.
Just oversign like others.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't sign more than 28, though.
That's true. Well, yeah, true. Officially.
I was there when the president made that vote. So
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Should we go ahead and talk to you about signing day now in case you can't talk until then?
I don't know, you might. Let me give you some standard answers for how pleased we were with this year's signing class.
Based on what happened today,
Just leave pauses and we'll fill in and voice ourselves.
based on what happened today, are you planning on signing any more offensive linemen? I know you got 5 O-linemen.
Yeah, we'd like to possibly get another lineman in here. That's both lines of scrimmage are major positions of need. You look at our offensive line, you look at our defensive line, particularly our offensive line.
Yeah.
Our offensive scout team right now is Dylan Thompson playing tight end and walk on tight ends playing offensive guard and offensive tackle. We don't even have a scholarship. I think we got one scholarship offensive lineman that's on the scout team.
Right.
And I got buddies at other schools, and they've got 5, 6, 7 scholarship guys on their scout team offensive line. So we got to shore up that position for sure. Coach Elliott knows that. I know that. Coach Spurrier knows that, and we'll look to sign one more. But at the same time, there's obviously a lot of great players out there on the other side of the ball too that we need to make sure that we have a spot for here too.
Since confidence is pretty important for a secondary, especially corners. I mean, when you look at these guys, do you feel like they still?
I think so.
They still have it. Or
I think defensive backs. Yeah. I think defensive backs everywhere, particularly, our guys, right or wrong, they come out with that confidence every week, in every practice, and some people call it swagger, whatever you want to call it. I think you got to have it back there, and you got to have a short memory, and I think our guys are excited about the challenge this week. We know what's coming in here. They practiced well today. You look at Saturday, statistically we didn't play well. You can't give up big plays in the secondary. You get exposed in a hurry, and that's what happened Saturday. You take out 4 or 5 plays, they played pretty good in the secondary on Saturday. Unfortunately, you can't take those 4 or 5 plays out, and that's what gets you beat. I don't think confidence is a problem. We need to continue to coach them hard out here and get them in position where on Saturday they're in a position to make plays and know what to do and then see what happens on Saturday.
Do you think they realize they're not that far away, that it is 4 or 5 plays? Is that what?
I think so. We sit in there and watch the video, and it's a lot of, hey, good job here, good job here, good job here. And then, I think just with my guys, they were playing pretty good overall. Then there's about a 6-play stretch right there in the, third, fourth quarter, whenever they hit a couple of long passes, where in a 6-play stretch, I got 2 guys on the field, and we got 3 missed assignments, 2 missed tackles, in a loaf in a 6-play span, and you can't have that. You can't have spells like that, particularly back there. You might make a mistake up front on the defensive line. It's a 10-yard game. You make a mistake back there, and it's a 50-yard game.
Right.
That's kind of what happened on Saturday.
Not to give him an out, but Devontae playing every play of every game. How much does that?
We talked about
especially
that.
Especially late in games.
Yeah, we talked about that. I think he's getting worn down a little bit. He doesn't come off the field. He's out there he played every single snap on defense against Tennessee. He played every single snap on defense against Vanderbilt. He played every single snap on defense against Kentucky. The only time he has come out of the game is, if he's just basically hurt. We got to find a way to get him some rest. I think he played 65 plays the other day, plus he covered 3 punts or 4 punts, however many times we punted. So we got to find ways to get him some rest. All those other guys are rotating. Stephon and the corners are rotating. DJ and Hakeem are rotating at safety. So we've got to get some guys. We need some of these younger guys to come along. Corey Addison's and those guys need to come along where we can feel confident putting them in the game. To help Devontae. And if not those guys this week, then it might be a DJ Swearinger. Helping out at free and boundary safety to give Devontae some rest, because he's pretty good early, and then I think he does get worn down a little bit, and I'm not giving him an out like you said, and I'm not making excuses for him, but whether he had played great Saturday or played just okay Saturday, we do need to find a way to to get him some rest, because he's played more snaps on defense than anybody on our team this year, just because he's been in there about every snap that we've played on defense.